We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night.
When the judge announced Durk's release date, he collapsed to the floor. That's because police had built a new evidence file, chillingly titled The End of Durk Banks. Inside were claims tying Durk to playing a role in the passing of King Von. To understand how his release date was decided, it's crucial to look at the new evidence stacked against him. Evidence that begins with Vonnie's own father snitching on his son, and Durk's.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he.
As seen in these files, there are even clips of academics asking Vonnie's father why Durk would want King Von gone. Police noted that at the time of Von's passing, Durk and Von were both tied up in a case together, which ended in a private settlement. That means there's a strong chance Durk cut a private deal with the feds, placing the crime on Von.
Why would Durk want Von?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
dude was a slack. Dude was he was signing the boys. He was Von with no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that. Which was
come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender.
This is then when a tweet went viral reading Van's dad leaking that Durk had Van dealt with is making me wonder why Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when he's connected to someone passing. He went on live the minute when Von Lulab and FBG Duck passed away, which has fans believing Durk uses IG Live as a live-action alibi. However, Vonnie's father is upset that his son turned federal. It was tweeted, Vonnie's father reveals Vonnie allegedly orchestrated Lil Pav and King Vans.
No, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages? Like, that's...
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was the focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and and with me saying Von, some people like, man, what, he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie. I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pat. You orchestrated this. And guess who you work for?
Lonnie's father came from the streets, where the rule was simple. If someone snitches, then you can snitch on them, and he didn't hold back. It was announced. Chicago rapper Durk's sister-in-law calls King Von's cousin Vonnie a rat and snitch amid Durk's M for hire case in an Instagram post. As in court today, his file was updated, showing he's no longer in Bureau of Prisons custody, meaning he's been released from jail, likely on house arrest. He got his hands on a cell phone and texted someone close to him, but that person flipped on Vonnie, leaking every single message he sent. Yeah, I'm trying to plea out to a 32, which is the base for M for hire max is 43, which is life. I'd get -2 points for plea, -1 point for early plea, -2 points for no background. So I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. It's better than that. I can't go to trial. Might get an elbow. Don't want them to do me like them other boys. When he said, "I don't want to get got like them other boys," he was referring to Jam, but more on that later. What I do have is the answer to why Vonnie decided to snitch, and let me break it down. In Ferk, Vonnie, and D, it was just announced that the new Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and F members has changed this case. Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal. This raised the question of what exactly Ted told the feds, because Ted is also known as Deed's brother, the very one who is Durk's main hitter, and both of them are related to Vonnie. Ted was picked up by police at a local convenience store, caught with a firearm tucked in his jeans pocket.
Really? Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At that moment, Ted was taken to the police station. Before even stepping inside, tears were already streaming down his face as he told the officer, "I'll tell you everything about the passings," hoping it would keep him out of jail, but by then, it was already too late.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I swear to God, I tell you about it, man. My son, I tell you about everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please. I swear, please.
Placed into the holding cell, Ted was seen breaking down in tears, desperate to give up the names of guilty street members he knew just to be taken out of jail.
Hey, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a buzz quick. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get the.
With D being the older brother, when word spread that someone with their family's last name was snitching in court paperwork, everyone instantly believed it was D. But in reality, it had been Ted the entire time. With Ted and Vonnie choosing to snitch, it looked as if their family sat them down and convinced them not to throw their lives away. Yet, while they cooperated and made their situations easier, Durk's situation only grew worse. And in case you missed it, the news reported, Chicago rapper Durk was involved in an altercation inside jail this morning, which resulted in Baby tweeting, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now. Free the bro." As the streets began to connect the pieces, the real story started to unfold, beginning with the report of Durk's day one homie, Glee, passed away last night in Chicago. This meant several members were being targeted, and that raises the question, who would want revenge against F? Fans quickly noticed that on the very same day F members were being taken down, Quando Rondo and Lil Tim both released interviews. Both of them said the same thing, and both were released on the very same day. Some call it a coincidence, but others believe it was a strategic move, a way for the feds to avoid investigating them for possibly putting a hit on Durk. As Lil Tim himself said,
like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
This led to Quando repeating the same words, saying he too wishes the situation had been handled differently.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Two of Durk's rivals appeared in interviews that very same day, praising him and saying they wish things had gone differently. On the surface, it didn't seem suspicious, but many believe prosecutors moved quickly on Durk because he was close to release. To understand when, we have to look at the news of words from Durk's father have Durk being released on bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge couldn't refuse it.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Prosecutors suddenly dropped evidence against him. It opened the door to a possible release date. The report stated, today, Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against Durk, but they read it out loud during his court hearing in front of everyone. Wonder how this affects the rest of his bond hearing. As they read out the lyrics in court, told me they got an AT screaming no, no.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
A corrupt and questionable move, dropping this evidence right as Durk was seeking bond. Even Charleston White reacted to it.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
This all stems from what Jam handed over to the police. As the report states, over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports are currently being processed for discovery. With Jam supplying the evidence, the case took a turn. A court update revealed the feds believe Durk paid to get these 2 people dealt with. Number 1, Stefan Mack, who got Durk's brother, Dang. Number 2 is Jam's baby mom, cause she passed after Durk found out Jam was wearing a wire. Feds think Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes. One Instagram Live captured the exact moment Durk seemed to realize Jam was wired. Jam was seen clutching the top of his jacket, whispering into it.
Hey, kid! You need to check on your man, let you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare.
But months before his arrest, Durk already sensed something was off with Jam. In one interview, it was said that Durk had been playing 3D chess all along. He knew Jam was going to cooperate.
See from a mile away. I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
Durk later spoke on this, saying he no longer even lets his friends know where he lives and refuses to share any information with anyone. You can hear the sadness in his words, knowing Jam had turned into a snitch.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away.
I don't think people. Jam is the very same man Durk handed $50,000 to during that Instagram Live. Yet he later turned around and snitched on the people in the background.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Get in the middle so big mama get the trigger, bro.
See that? For my baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro.
Bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did now?
And the years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money.
We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds even looked into the men seen in the background of that Instagram Live. These were the same individuals who once went jewelry shopping with King Von and the very same suspects tied to Lil Pab's death.
Solitary stone.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man stepped in.
Because of all this, prosecutors are now pinning another murder case on Durk, tied to Jam's cooperation. In court, they showed the judge an Instagram story Durk posted that read, "For D Thong, uploaded just 30 minutes. After Stefan Mack was killed. The evidence also included another story from the very next day, showing Durk laughing.
Right. Hey, somebody always said, slap car. Somebody always said, slap car. Well, look on that'll, yeah.
Yet even with everything unfolding, Durk still has one final chance at release. When academics asked if Durk might consider a plea deal, Drew responded firmly, "No, we're going all the way."
Well, you know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it? Just entertain it? Because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case. And he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're pushing this case all the way for one reason, because Durk's legal team is holding a First Amendment. Defense and reserve arguing that everything Durk posts online and raps about in his music is protected free speech.
The First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is...
Things are now looking so favorable for Durk that legal voices online are predicting he could walk free, just like Young Thug.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug. Down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, and it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months.
He went on to explain that prosecutors likely don't truly understand rap culture. And this misunderstanding has surfaced in many cases before, just like it did with thugs.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
But the feds know one thing about hip-hop. Everyone is connected in some way, and that is why it feels like no coincidence at all that Brick Baby has just been arrested. The report stated prosecutors delayed Durk's chance of being released on bond to gather last-minute evidence against him for the next hearing. Chatter of a new snitch is going around the courtroom, which is likely the arrest of Brick Baby. Last week, it was announced Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and others all arrested in a rolling 60s takedown. As it was then shared, lawyers and sources believe Brick Baby, who was arrested in the latest takedown, will snitch on Durk. The timings of both arrests make lawyers believe the feds will force Brick Baby to give everything up on Durk. The feds had originally set their sights on Durk for a murder for hire case, and Brick Baby was at the center of it. 3 years ago, he went live saying, "You can't say Durk never slid for Von because they got Lil Pab." After Durk's arrest, Brick Baby appeared on another live stream reacting to his own words, making it seem like he was the very reason the feds started focusing on Durk in the first place.
You just said, 5 Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk, OTF, accused of being hired to unalive Quando Rondo in the LA incidents where Lil Pab was unalive. Suspects face the penalty if convicted.
But was this an attempted hit? Or
They can't say that no more.
Then they put you.
Why?
Like he died.
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh,
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the.
Oh. What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that.
Brick Baby said something even more damaging as the feds tied his words to lyric evidence. He admitted that if Durk had ever asked, he would have given up Quando's location without hesitation.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.
The feds now have him in Wodol custody, hitting him with serious charges that could force him to turn against Durk in the